The burns injuries suffered by those on Whakaari White Island are so severe that more than 1 million square centimetres of skin donations is needed to treat them. Health officials have been providing updates on those who were injured in Monday's eruption. 29 patients remain in intensive care and burns units around the country. They say of those, 22 still need airway support to breathe due to the severity of their burns. Hospitals are urgently sourcing that much needed 1.2 million square centimetres of skin from the United States to graft onto those injured. Surgical teams have been working around the clock to deal with the injuries, which are being described as complicated due to their chemical and thermal nature. Back in Whakatāne, a timeline on when the bodies of those still on Whakaari White Island can be recovered is yet to be confirmed. Civil Defence says the science is telling them the risk is too high right now to launch a recovery operation to White Island for the 8 bodies that remain there, with a 40 to 60% chance of another eruption in the next 24 hours. Families and friends of those who were victims of the eruption are still waiting to hear when that recovery will go ahead. Ben Strang is at the river mouth in Whakatāne where the cordon has been erected. Ben, what are the officials saying about the prospects of a recovery effort?
They haven't been saying much so far, Lisa. This morning we met with the police and the chief coroner, and they were talking about when we might be able to return there. The fact is we just don't know when this volcano is going to calm down. At the moment it's far too dangerous. This morning the tremors around the volcano increased significantly on yesterday. There's been a lot more smoke coming from the volcano today than there was yesterday as well, so you can see there's a lot more activity out on that volcano. And it's just far too dangerous. They don't know when it might go off again. There's an increased threat that it may erupt in the next 24 hours. It's gone up from a 30 to 50% chance to a 40 to 60% chance. So at the moment it's just a waiting game for Whakaari to actually calm down so that we can go out there again.
And what are locals and families saying about that?
It's one of those things. I think the locals know that Whakaari is the way that it is, that when it's like this, it's just a little bit too dangerous. There is a little bit of frustration about how much information is coming out. We haven't heard a heck of a lot from the police about when they might go out. There have been helicopter pilots and that sort of thing who have been out there the day before when it erupted. They want to get out there, they're really eager to. But most people living here are just, it is what it is. It's a dangerous volcano and there's nothing you can do.
So we know the police put up a drone today. Have they said or given much detail about what that showed or what conditions are actually like out there at the moment?
No, we've had very few details so far on what they've seen out there. We do know that the police boat was at the island first thing this morning from about 5 a.m. for a short period of time. Obviously, after that, things started to get a little bit more dangerous out there and they pulled back. Same with the Navy ship, they sort of held a wee distance. But they did fly over 4 times with the drone and they're analysing that footage at the moment, trying to see what they can find. I guess they're hoping to see if they can find where the bodies are located. We also know GNS Science are at the moment going through what gases are coming from that volcano so that we can get an idea of perhaps if there's magma underneath, what might come if there is another eruption, giving us the best, I guess, idea of when we might be able to head back.
Thanks, Ben. That's Ben Strang, who is at the mouth of the river in Whakatāne there. And as Ben said, GNS is saying that there is potentially up to 60% chance of another eruption within the next 24 hours and that there is increased levels of activity on White Island.